Naptown, the city that always sleeps. Most people think nothing happens in this town that is halfway between nothing and nowhere, but they would be wrong. There's plenty that goes on in this town for those willing to look. The crew has tracked down a base of operations for the Mueller's bootlegging operation. Faye has snuck in to find some evidence but is caught by Lucia. How will she handle this longtime foe and get the information she needs to save the city that always sleeps? Alright, last time we left off, Faye was trapped in a room with Lucia while Darling lit a car on fire and Tanner was rigging a jalopy to explode. Because you rolled very poorly on cars to find.
I did.
That was like the one bad roll of the night, and I love it.
Yeah.
Alright. I guess we resume at Faye. So pray tell, Miss Cameron, why are you here?
I'm sure you can guess that.
Really? That's the best excuse you got, is I can guess it?
You seem like a smart woman, Lucia.
That's a little bit better. Aren't you supposed to be good at, like, defending illegal actions? That's kind of what you do for a living, isn't it?
A bit, yeah. It seems like you want me here for something. What? Why?
Well, I'm trying to figure out what you're doing and gonna try to stop you since I figure the rest of your crew's out there. Because when's the last time you've done something independently ever?
I'm here to find information. As you said, that's another one of the things I do.
Mostly you get in the way. People, me, my bosses, the justice system, people having a good time.
Are you having a good time, Lucia? You having a good time working for the Muellers under their thumb? Is that what you pictured your life being like?
Make a, like, convince roll.
Okay.
To get this person to open up to you. You get a -1 because she doesn't like you.
That's a 12.
Honestly, it was better before you guys showed up. It was nice, it was easy, I had a lot of power. And ever since you guys showed up and started making a muck of things, I just have to constantly be playing babysitter to you four.
So you liked how it was?
Yes? Why would I be doing it? Why would I be doing something highly illegal? Also, I was second in command to the largest bootlegging operation in the city?
Do they have something on you? How'd you get started in this business?
I'm not going to give you my entire life story, Faye. They did not have something on me. They offered me things that I wanted. Also, they have dental.
That's refreshing.
Thinking of dental at the time where it's just like basically ripping teeth out.
Right.
Is it refreshing though?
I don't know if people wanted dental.
Here, I'm gonna rip your tooth out. Also have some mercury. It'll make you feel better.
I think not to nitpick, but I actually think at this time they were just getting anesthesia worked out, so dental would have been great. I'm actually pretty sure they had anesthesia frolics at the time, so, you know.
Well, if you're happy, I guess we can part ways.
Are you gonna leave and just give up whatever you're looking for?
For now. You win this round.
She, lets out the longest sigh.
Or you could hand over some information.
And why would I do that?
In case there was any reason you needed a way out. We could be that way out.
You roll another convince roll. You're still at the -1 from her.
That's a 9. Unless I could use won't take no for an answer.
I mean, honestly, I think this is probably maybe the most applicable you've ever had.
That would be a 10 then.
Okay, but how do I know that you're not just saying this and that, your team isn't gonna just beat me up and throw me in jail? One of you is a cop. The other has no problem with beating people. The other two have no problem with brutally maiming people.
I think you could hold your own.
That's not reassuring when you say, I have an out for you, and I said, what reassurance do I have that you don't backstab me? Is that...
Oh, no, that's different. Backstabbing's not really our MO.
Okay, but then how do I know that, your friends aren't just going to murder me as soon as I walk outside?
Well, if you come with me, and it doesn't look like you're about to harm me, they wouldn't harm you. We're a very loyal bunch.
You say you're loyal, but I feel like they're also the bunch that holds a grudge. I know what you guys did to Martha twice.
We had come in, and she was attacking us head on. We attacked back and tried to prevent her from doing harm in the future. I know that that's probably an unsatisfactory answer, but if you're looking for a way out from the Muellers, we are that way. If you're looking to do some good in this city without having somebody else pulling the strings, bribing people, infiltrating the police to nefarious ends, we can be that way. As somebody who's been called as cold-blooded as a shark, I know a bit about working for the person who pays the most, and I can tell you that kind of work is going to suck you dry. The gunning for the money and the power and the control, you'll either hate yourself or get so swallowed up that you can't see any other way of being. And I know that I can't keep going with that at the law firm. But you are going to have to ask yourself what you're able to live with. Ask yourself who you want to be and who you want to be with. Do you really want to tie yourself to the Muellers here?
You know what? I'll tell you what, Faye. I will go talk with your little ragtag team of do-gooders, and we'll see where that leads.
All right.
You want to turn into a bird, and I'll open the door for you? I can't be seen walking out with you guys when there's a whole crew of people under my employ right now.
Fair.
She cracks a window for you.
Okay.
Like, it's not a trap. Like, you were metagaming. You rolled a 12. She's not trying to trick.
Yeah, I mean, like, ultimately, if she lets me leave and then locks me out, like, that's no different than what would have happened if I had just escaped and she hadn't let me out. So I'm fine with that.
So you fly away?
I fly away.
You see her transform into 7 birds and follow you.
Oh, okay.
Do you lead her back to the crew?
Yeah, I'm gonna see what everybody's up to amidst the fire and mayhem.
Also, I like how Faye's like having a midlife crisis trying to convince Lucia.
It was a good way to bring in her own struggle, I think.
General mayhem is happening. The fire has been going for a little bit. It's starting to be put out. People are out there putting it out. You see some grumbling. And other than that, it looks how you left it. Tanner. Did you ever roll for the exploding car?
I believe I failed badly at making an exploding car, so we just don't have that, I think, is what happened. But I am beginning to guess that we might not need an exploding car, so...
Well, if you want to make another roll, because I don't remember, you can, but if you don't, and you just
If it comes up, we'll do it. If it doesn't come up, then we won't.
Cool. So yeah, Tanner's tinkering on a car. You think it's going poorly from your bird's eye view, based on the rolls that we may or may not have done. Everyone else is just... I'm assuming Seamus and Darling are helping Tanner as well.
Did we establish that this building has windows on the ground floor?
Yes.
I think if it seems like a lot of people are going towards the fire in the truck, Darling would be trying to keep an eye out for Faye.
Okay.
Since that seems to be the best that we could do in the moment in terms of giving her any backup.
So you see Darling keeping watch out, and then Seamus and Tanner are working on the car as you land.
Okay. I guess I'll try to get somebody's attention. Probably Darling.
They're there.
Okay.
Well, yeah, Darling would have been watching. Like, I know what you look like when you turn into a bird. So if you birded out of there, and I could, assuming I was allowed to see her as Zach, then yeah.
I think what I'll want to do is like try to lead them around like a different abandoned or a deserted side of the warehouse. You know, like if a bunch of action is going on here, just like fly around to.
You guys are far enough away that you aren't being noticed by you're not like next to the action.
Okay, I thought we were fairly close with the fire and stuff.
No. You're like across the street and a little bit down.
Okay.
Like you guys are hidden enough that they do not notice you.
Okay. Yeah, if we're in a secluded enough spot, then I will transform back into Faye.
So, how'd it go in there?
At that point, you see Lucia pop up next to you.
Well,
I don't think
it's fine.
You're supposed to be here.
Lucia has agreed to come talk to us. She may not be perfectly happy working with the Muellers, and so I told her that we could be a way out.
Honestly, her agreeing to talk with us makes me even more suspicious of her.
No, darling, it does make sense. But Lucia, look, I have to level with you on something, and this is going to be hard to hear, but I believe in being honest and upfront. A while ago, I asked you out for dinner, I think specifically spaghetti. Unfortunately, like, you're a lovely person, but me and Darling are together now, and it's getting pretty serious, so I feel like at this point it would qualify as two-timing if I was to take you up on that offer, which is the only reason I could assume that you would want to come out here and talk to us.
Oh, no, don't worry. I'm seeing Seamus now, so it's not a problem.
Excuse me?
Wait.
And Seamus is very clearly not looking at you guys.
Tanner just kind of sidles over to Seamus and just kind of like nudges him and just kind of like gives him a little high five motion. little high five. Just little. Don't leave me hanging here, Seamus. I mean, look, she's evil, but you could do worse for yourself. I'm just saying. Like,
Hey now.
There's a reason I asked her out for spaghetti that one time. It wasn't just to throw her off and try to de-escalate a conflict. I mean, I get it. She's scary. Some people are into that. High five.
Lucia, I have no idea what angle you're playing at here. Come on. That's the one you're gonna go with? That you're dating Seamus?
Oh, wait, she might be lying to us. Shoot. I look Lucia in the eyes. Lucia, are you actually dating Seamus? Wait, we could ask Seamus
Tanner.
this question, couldn't we?
Tanner, that's not necessary. Yes, we've been seeing each other.
Wait,
No!
okay.
What?
Well, this is a good... Seamus, why wouldn't you have led with your dating the lieutenant of our enemies?
Okay.
What could possibly be more advantageous?
Seamus, I want to hear everything! Seamus, I want to hear everything!
Okay, so
Seamus, I want to hear everything.
So at what point would it have been appropriate to bring up that I'm currently dating someone who works for someone we've been fighting against?
Anytime!
When was
Anytime,
your
we're
first
friends.
date? Yeah, when was the first date?
I don't think that's important.
I do, because the right time to tell me was 5 minutes after that date ended.
Oh, so our first date isn't important,
No,
Seamus?
it's not important that they know when our first date is.
It is to me!
And me!
And me.
For many reasons!
How long has it actually been? I don't even know.
It's been like months.
It's been a few months.
Is it not?
I don't know when, I don't know exactly how
A
long
hot
it is,
second.
but you guys have
Long
been...
enough.
Yeah, this isn't like a new development for Seamus.
No.
Yeah, I know.
So it's been probably a couple months. It was one of those things that developed naturally. You became friends first, and...
How does something like
No, but
this
it-
develop naturally? I thought we were all enemies.
No, I get it, because you like fight, but then it like the fighting turns into flirting, and then the flirting turns into dating.
Ooh, so enemies to friends to lovers? Ooh.
And probably the most important is we leave our jobs out of it.
Oh, not anymore. Not at all. No, now they're involved. Because,
Very involved.
yeah, I
Because
think
we're
when you
involved.
showed up and broke into her, like, place of work, that was...
Many times. Many
Yeah.
times.
I mean, I discussed kidnapping her in front of you.
Well, I mean,
She side-eyes... She, gives you a hard
I wasn't
stare.
gonna kill you, alright? I never thought about killing you.
No, not you, Seamus. She gives Seamus a hard stare.
yeah, and if you remember, I tried to convince you not to do that plan.
But you could have convinced me so much easier. Well, anyways, Lucia, I think our offer is, if you work with us, your boyfriend won't die.
Wait, so now you're...
No,
Wait.
no, I'm not gonna... No, I'm not saying I'll kill Seamus. No, I already tried that. Like, I think, what... Was it a day ago? I think it was a day ago.
Yeah, that was just yesterday, Tanner.
Yeah, that was yesterday. But my point is now, I am no longer the most... We got started on the wrong foot. The Muellers are gonna kill Seamus if you don't help us.
I mean, that's a fair point.
Right? Yeah, I'm convincing.
But I don't know how much I trust any of you.
I want you to think back really hard. Have I ever lied or misled you except for the one time I asked you out for spaghetti, but I think we both knew that wasn't gonna happen.
Zach does not know.
Because I've never lied to you. We've always met you. I think, actually, we've never lied to you, and whenever you've showed up, we've actually just straight up told you what we were doing. I'm almost positive about that. Yeah. Yeah.
You tend to, want to beat people's faces in, which makes me a little nervous. Also, you just admitted to wanting to kidnap me, which I guess points for kidnap, or not points for kidnapping, points for honesty, but still, like,
let's reel back.
That's all the points Tanner
Hang on.
has.
Let's roll back some of those statements. Point number 1, that kidnapping was in place of blowing up this place that houses our enemy's equipment, right? So instead, we went for a much more sensible option, which is maybe we can abscond with Lucia and convince her that our side is amazing, which apparently Seamus has already done. Good job, Seamus.
There's only one of you I want to abscond with, is what I was going to say.
Well, we all drove here together in the same car, although you probably have your own. Doesn't matter. To your other point, 1, I don't think we've ever actually gotten in a fight, and 2, I've never really thrown the first punch. Like, I think the person that I hurt the worst did fireball, I think, Darling in the face. I think Faye in the face.
No.
Huh?
Martha went for... Wait, no, I think she's fireballed at all of us now.
Anyways, my point is she hooked a fireball at us, and then I responded, and I think later, or at least like a month later, I got shot in the back like 15 times by someone that works for you. And also a Frankenstein monster tried to kill me. And then...
Frankenstein monster is us. The person you got shot by was the casino.
It was your fault. And then,
how was that my fault?
If your bosses hadn't been doing anything, I'd never gone to the casino. And then also,
it wasn't our bosses, it was someone else.
Oh, shoot.
You have a lot of other reasons
Those were unrelated.
The berserkers were somebody else, too. Those were totally not your fault. 2 out of the 4 horrible injuries that have happened to me have been your fault. So, and I think I've only ever actually really killed a guy who was already dead.
Let's say 2 out of 5 horrible injuries.
Okay.
You're missing an arm, and I figured that counts as a horrible injury.
Well, that was when I was a police officer. I don't think, you might have had something to do with it. I don't know. I don't remember anymore. Anyways, that's not part of my backstory. I'm not Batman. You're not the Joker. We don't have to get into this.
Martha!
You feel very proud of that one, don't you, Caitlin?
A little bit, yeah.
Faye, why did you say that name?
Anyway.
Someone I guess Tanner make a convince roll.
Of what?
Trying to convince Lucia
to stay and help us?
Can I get a +1 for cute dimples from Seamus?
You're not getting a -1 like Faye did.
I'm gonna go with calm authority and hypnotizing eyes. Because they're dazzling. Ooh, that's a 10.
Nice.
Alright, so here's the problem. Though I think you guys have made some good points, and I trust Seamus. I don't think Seamus would lead me to my death. Or imprisonment. And gives him a hard stare. And then winks. I don't trust your guys' abilities to protect me from the Muellers if I backstab them. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a nice question and answer session. I can get you some files or stuff if you need that kind of junk from the offices up there. And then you guys are gonna leave, and I'm gonna pretend like this never happened. And by pretend like this never happened, I mean I'm gonna finish out tonight, and then I'm gonna go to ground.
I was gonna say, honestly, my advice then would be you should probably leave. Because I think probably the Muellers have a way to compel truth out of us, so, there's like a not 0% chance that even despite our best efforts we could accidentally sell you out.
So, that's how we're gonna play this. So I am going to keep bootlegging for the rest of the night. so no one thinks anything weird is happening, and then I'm out of here. And
seems fair to me.
if you die, that's on you, and if you win, I'll be back in town, I guess.
Should we, like, send you a postcard, or
I know how to get around, Tanner. I can figure out when it's safe, okay?
smoke signals, maybe? A flare gun of some sort?
Maybe you can, like, teleport to, like, my hideout through a tree, and...
Yeah, anyways, questions. Tanner looks around at the group.
Out of the game, this is your time to, like, ask more questions, and she'll be forthcoming. We don't need to roll every time.
Yeah.
She will let you know things that she knows. Additionally, she is also, like, a limited time asset kind of thing. Like, as I said, after your question session, she's basically gone for the arc. You have convinced her to step out of it, but she's not going to help you guys because that just seems suicide for her.
Gotcha.
So so you have taken out their second in command. She's willing to give you anything that you want right now, and then she's out of here.
Well, the main thing we need is some sort of paper trail linking the Muellers to bootlegging operations like this one. If we can prove that their connection to the police is not so noble, and that they're actually part of criminal underworld, that would be ideal.
Okay, I think I might have some stuff up in the office up there, but it's going to be more tenuous than you want because they're good at what they do. They were bootleggers before they were Rifts. So, they know how to run this operation and not get caught. But, at the very least, I can give you stuff to shut down enough of their operation that they can't keep doing what they're doing.
Okay.
Alright.
So, you might not be able to get the police on your side, but you could probably tie the police up by knocking out the Mueller stuff.
Alright.
At the very least.
So how are the Muellers
Wonderful.
gonna depower, like, everybody in creation? That's probably a big one.
Well, I don't think it's everyone in creation. I think it's only the city. But don't quote me on that. They have a new artifact where they are able to amplify their powers throughout the city, and one of the Mueller brothers is able to power and depower people.
At will?
At will. Yes, that is basically his power set. It's really not helpful outside of making an army full of superpowered people for you.
Okay, does he have to touch you, or is it like he just has to make eye contact, or does he just have to, like, think about you real hard?
Previously, it was a touch. However, they found an artifact to amplify their powers, and they believe that they can do it from a range. But they are still working on getting it amplified.
Oh, that's what they were trying to get at the casino.
Well, sort of. At the casino, they got the coin machine, which has allowed them to make coins that nullify the Mueller's effects on those people. At least the long-range effect. I think touching would still work. They haven't tried it out a ton.
So having a coin is like a shield against what they're about to do?
Yes.
Oh, lucky Bill.
I really regret giving that to a guy now. We'll have to get that back from him. We can tell him it's dangerous.
Cut to Bill. Man, this is the nicest thing they've ever done for me.
Wait, did anyone else have those coins? Was there anyone else that we could, like, get one? Do you have one of those coins?
Yes, and it's not for sale.
Okay. Does anyone else in this...
I like my powers.
Yeah, I know how you feel. Does anyone else in that building have those coins by any chance?
Anyone who is a Rift does. So...
Are there any other rifts in that building?
Yes, there are a few. But getting the coins off of them, I can't do because that would look suspicious.
Oh, I'm not asking you to do it.
You can knock out these guys and take the coins, like they'll be enough for you guys, but then you would be getting in a fight and alerting...
Right.
Yeah, but I'm guessing that might be irrelevant by the end of this conversation, because...
That's
I
fine.
don't think we're going to go and wait around. I'm guessing we're driving to their house next. Follow-up question, where is their house?
She gives you an address. She gives you an address of where their headquarters is, not their house. Like, she doesn't know that, but she knows, like, where they do their operation out of.
Yeah.
Now, let's say you were to describe this house in terms of, like, numbers of guards, locations of guards, powers of guards... The possibility of underground sewer/tunnel system that would allow us to bypass all guards.
Guards are a really good question I had not thought about.
Do the Muellers have a mistress? Or wives, I guess. I just assumed it'd be a mistress because they're villains or something. Probably they have both. Tell me about their wives and mistresses.
No mistresses, only wives, happily married, 3 kids each.
Okay, that's a good number. All right, so we're gonna have to take out some of those kids. I hope those kids are older, right?
Oh.
Like they're old men, so they're not like 12-year-olds. I hope.
One's a newborn.
Faye, you ever been a newborn before?
No, they don't have kids. They don't have wives. They mostly are focused on business. There are some guards. They're all slightly empowered, but they didn't get crazy with these guards because sometimes when you get more powers, you get a little bit more erratic.
Oh, is that Tanner hesitates. Never mind. I wasn't gonna say anything.
So you said the one can power and depower people. What's the other Mueller brothers' power?
You know, I knew it at the beginning of the night. I don't anymore.
How much have you been drinking? Also, real quick, is one of the Muellers really tall and the other one real short, and one of them kind of like grumpy and has a cigar, and the other one's like a tall straight man that's like stern about everything all the time?
No, that seems oddly oddly
It
specific.
is, yeah, it is.
I can speak.
Abbott and Costello roll over in their graves and cry.
Have you read Neverwhere, Cody?
Yes, I have.
That book's got that thing going on, too.
I think it does. I don't remember that book at all, but I have read it, right? Because that's a Neil Gaiman book.
Yeah.
The other brother can pull things into reality, so he basically like makes constructs out of anything, but he is much less proficient.
What sort of things is he?
If he writes
pulling?
something down, he can make anything mundane, basically.
I don't like that. That has vast possibilities limited only by his creative genius.
It's not living things, though.
That does not make me feel... If he imagines a boulder above my head, do I just get bouldered?
He can't really just manifest them anywhere. He usually like pulls them out of something. Seems like too strong of a word. Like he can like form it out of the materials around him, sort of.
Okay.
So it's not just you walk in the room and there's a boulder in front of you. As I said, also he's a lot less powerful than his brother.
Okay.
So is that how they're getting all their alcohol?
No. He can't do large scale like that, and alcohol is kind of complicated.
It's also technically alive.
I mean, he can do...
It's a fermented beverage, so, there's active yeast in it.
I suppose so, yeah.
Gosh, Faye, did you just skip school? Jeez.
The way I'm treating these constructs is also more like things that are inanimate, so like plants, or dead plants, don't really work. Stuff you consume isn't really great,
Yeah. I guess anything else that we should know to keep us alive here?
Be careful. As I said, their powers are amplified. So even if you get these coins, if you're in close proximity to the elder Mueller brother, there's a decent chance he might be able to burn out some of your powers.
All right.
Okay. If we were to imagine a ticking clock, let's say, of ready to depower the whole city except for people that have coins, are we at 2 hours, 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years?
Probably 2 days.
Got it. All right.
Or day after next, since it's the middle of the night right now, so...
Nah, I get it.
2 sleeps.
Is there anything else we want to ask? Can I have a quick aside with my friends, and can you just... Honestly, I don't care if you hear this. Never mind.
She pulls out a cigarette and starts smoking.
I don't want to go fist fight the Muellers, and that's what I'm mostly good at. But we know where their house is. Feel like I always suggest we burn things to the ground. I'm just trying to figure out a way to kind of handle this problem indirectly.
Does seem to be your MO.
Right? My mistress plans out the window for a way to sneak in and, take them unawares. Which, sorry, Faye, kind of was sort of volunteering you for that, I guess, which was maybe a little bit unfriendly.
Presumptuous of you? Yes.
Yeah, it's I'm just grabbing at straws at this point, right? Just brainstorming. I guess an initial plan could be to try to convince Day and see if she could do a raid on them. That would at least provide, noise, distractions, and also probably mundane people that they couldn't hurt anyways.
Right. Though it would be sending her into a situation with a highly amplified rift.
Well, right, but that rift couldn't do nothing, right? Because it would just be, I could take away the powers that you don't have.
But we don't know what his brother powered up and amplified looks
well,
like.
that's fair, yeah.
Also, Day has powers.
Well, okay, so out of character. Day does, but I assume not everyone on the police force does, so they could, theoretically.
Not everyone on the police force, but all of Seamus's squad does.
Oh, so anyone that Day could immediately command.
Yes, and presumably if Seamus would let them know that there are rifts there, so they would most likely send in that squad that can deal with rifts.
No, I get you.
Unless Seamus sends them in blind, I just don't think that's Seamus's MO.
Definitely not.
He would just be like, there's some normal people here that we need to arrest. Send in the normal cops.
Oh, I mean, no, wait a second. Lucia, you're going to be gone, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, I think we might go back to my original plan. You know, I look at Faye, you could be Lucia. That would be like an in.
Oh, you're being serious.
No, that's literally all she can do. Not all, but it's a lot of what she can do. Sorry.
Oh, she's only good at being a snake. Isn't that a little bit on the nose for a lawyer?
I have to say it's worked in my favor so far.
Also, I don't feel like you're in any position to, like, cast shade or, pot calling a kettle or glass stones and rock houses. Anyways, I feel like that's a valid starting point. You could bring us in handcuffs that aren't handcuffs. Wait, Lucia, what's your powers? I don't think we've ever established that.
I can turn into birds.
Oh, never mind. We did establish that. I guess...
Anything else?
I'm a little bit faster and stronger than I should be. And by a little, I mean a lot.
All right.
Okay.
So that works. Is there anyone else that can depower people that works for the Muellers besides you? Or not you, besides them? Besides the one guy?
Nope. Not that I know of, at least. And I should know of them if they can.
Okay, I have a thought. Hear me out.
First one tonight.
It's not. It's just this one will hopefully be better. Lucia Faye. Lucia. Anyways.
This thought is going great.
Faye as Lucia captures all of us, brings us to the Muellers, gunning for a promotion, right? That's the cover story. Look, I've captured them. The Muellers are like, great, we can depower them with our evil depower machine. Meanwhile, we have coins and we're going to be immune to that. Great. At the same time, we get who's left of the Order and maybe some of Day's people to attack the Mueller's house. They panic. Oh no, we gotta go deal with this full-on assault. We're gonna depower all the people. We drop our fake handcuffs and start hitting them in the head with bats.
That was oddly specific.
Couple things. I'd be asking for more money, not a promotion. I'm already as high as I can go without one of them dying.
I assumed that they would just arbitrarily give you a slightly higher title and pat you on the head, and that would, Anyways.
This isn't corporate America.
Maybe you could ask for, like, your own territory, or so. I don't need to convince you how to get promoted at your current job. This is fake. This isn't actually you're not actually gonna get promoted. That's not part of the plan.
While you're in there, Faye, make sure to keep dental. I don't want to lose that. In case this goes sideways, I want to keep that. Problem number 2. If you're in the same room as them, I don't think they're going to use their evil depower machine. I think they're going to use the thing that bypasses the coins.
That's a fair point.
Just depower you that way.
So,
however, it does take time to depower someone. So it's not an immediate thing.
Now that's good to know. And also,
pulling the curtain back, the way this will work if you fight them, is that they are able to burn tags of yours.
That's what I figured.
So that they can't just burn like the whole card in one swoop or all of your things out. But when they do damage and stuff, they can burn they'll burn random tags off of your character sheet. As characters, they can get rid of powers. As players, specifically what that means.
Yeah.
So it's not the end of the world if they start to do it. It's if you let them have a long time to do it, they'll start amping it up, and then you'll lose everything.
Out of character, that makes me want to fight them even more.
Okay, so slight caveat to the plan. As soon as we walk in the door, but before we get to the office of the Muellers, as captives, that's when we have everyone else attack to distract everybody, throw the whole place into chaos, and then, again, wiffle ball bats to the head of the Muellers. Bung, 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 bung. We're done.
Wiffle ball bats? That's what... Okay.
Sorry, do you want me to be clear? I mean, I'm gonna try to cut their limbs off with an axe that I sprout from my arm.
I have a question. These coins, have they been transformed in some way to become what they are now? The shielding from the depowering? Or would someone like Evangeline be able to produce more for us?
They have been transformed, but she like amplifies things and makes them better or worse. So maybe if you have one coin, she could
multiply it, maybe.
Or make it, or amplify it enough that it's like a shield barrier, you know, like a
dome like
barrier.
An AoE thing. Okay.
You like Winston's barrier, where it's like enough that you're all protected from.
I like that.
From the long range, if you're all near each other. However, remember, these coins only protect from long range.
Right, if he touches us.
If he touches you guys, which will be consequences of failing rolls in a fight.
Right, yeah.
You know.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we're clear. You're not like going in and like spending all this time getting a coin and then being like, why did I still get depowered?
No, I'm thinking of this as like a plan for all the hordes of people that we're bringing with us. All right, that's good to know. Lucia, you've been immensely helpful. We appreciate all that you're doing here.
Too bad you didn't appreciate it 30 minutes ago.
What do you mean?
When I was doing my other job before I quit.
Oh, right. Well, I hope you have a lovely vacation. She winks at her.
Don't screw this up.
I'm keeping dental, don't worry.
She winks at Seamus and flies away.
I want that to be that she flew away as like a human. Like she forgot to turn into birds.
She's just like in the field flapping
away. Bye, Lucia.
Slowly.
A new meaning to the word scarecrow.
5 minutes go by and she comes back and drops a folder in front of you guys and then leaves.
I totally forgot about this. I'm glad she remembered.
Yeah, you guys have the information. You guys can talk. You guys can have talked before or after, but like I'm just saying, like she gathered up some information that you asked for and gave it to you guys, and it's incriminating in the way that she said it would be. Not super tying the Muellers to it because there's only so much of that exists, but enough that it like you could significantly stop their operation by like hitting all of their warehouses like they hit yours.
All right. Well, are we off to try to collect some more coins from?
Yeah, I feel like at this point we just go in there and start knocking heads till we get coins.
I was thinking maybe grab people one by one if we can.
Well, yeah. Tanner kind of looks a little dejected. That makes more sense.
This is an option where you could just try to pickpocket them and not just grab them, even if you wanted. I don't know if any of you guys have skills in pickpocketing.
The best thing I could do is try to hypnotize them into just giving me the coin.
And not remembering this. You will remember none of this.
Well, at this point, I don't care if they remember, because, like, this is stop 1. Stop 2 is the Mueller's house. Like, it doesn't, you know what I mean?
No, stop 2 is Evangeline.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And then the Mueller's house.
And stop 3 is the police station.
Oh, day. And then stop 4 is the Mueller's house.
We got some things to do.
Yeah.
All right. How are you guys getting these coins? There is I said there are 4 or enough coins for you each to have one, so there's going to be 4 people. So each of you gets to find a way to get your own coin.
Are there still people trying to put out the fires?
Sure.
I think Tanner's just going to, like, try to grab one of those people that's, like, whoever's on the fringe, like, near the shadows. It's going to be hard to see because of the fire. That's going to make everyone's eyes be, like, dilated wrong, you know? So whoever's, like, most on a corner and seemingly to not pay attention, Tanner's just going to, like, hand over the mouth. Just grab him.
All right, make me a roll.
Well, okay.
Can we work together on this?
You can. I just want you guys to each have kind of an idea of what you're doing, so it's not just like one person does the same thing 4 times.
So if Tanner wants to do that, Darling can use her, like, several ways of convincing people to hand over their coins, and we could just do that twice.
As stated previously on the podcast, she pushes her boobs together.
And Tanner just stares him in the eyes and tries to hypnotize him.
Are you cool with that?
Yeah.
I know, I was talking to Cody.
Both of you.
Yeah, I definitely am.
Okay.
Alright, so I want to roll. I guess my first roll would be like, do I need to roll to grab him, or do I need to roll to convince him?
You're just like rolling once for the whole process, so...
In that case, I want to roll with hypnotizing eyes and brawl like a Norse god to grab him and stare him in the eyes. And then should Mandy make like a change the game roll to make juice that I could spend on this?
I'm gonna have her make a roll. Like, basically, you guys are working together to each do a roll to get the coins.
Yeah,
if that's okay.
Okay.
Just to simplify this, so we're not rolling 45 times for you guys to get 4 coins.
That's a 9. So I grab him and stare him in the eyes and go, I know you have a coin. Give me the coin, or you're not gonna leave.
Oh, right, he does. Yep. So you grab him. He gives the coin fearfully.
All right, now what I want you to do is walk in a direction until the sun comes up. Go! And I'd shove him out into the field.
He starts walking.
Faster!
He walks a little bit, and then you see his head shake, and he starts heading back. He's like, why am I out here?
That'll probably be fine.
You only got a 9, he's not gonna... Darling, if you want to make your roll.
I mean, I'm really glad that you can do this too, but, you kind of took some of the wind out of my sails there. I was gonna try and convince him, but that's cool. You got this.
No, you can do one now. There's another guy.
So I'm gonna use Control the Will of Others and Dominatrix, which is a 13.
Yeah, yours works perfectly. You get that coin. And his wallet.
Yes!
All right, you're better at this than I
And
am.
his phone
That's
number.
fair. All right. What do you show off?
I wasn't trying to show off. This is just kind of what I do.
I'm impressed when you do it, all right?
You're just better at the punchy stuff.
Yeah, I know.
I still love you.
Get a room!
You guys are so adorable.
Anyways, you want to, convince me? We could try to convince each other of things sometimes. That would be the real test.
You're not gonna do very well against me.
No, I think
love
I'll
you,
win.
but that...
I'm gonna win. It's gonna be great. You're gonna be doing the dishes for a week. It's gonna happen.
Oh, you're on.
Tanner and Darling just are making furious eye contact.
Darling just strips naked. Tanner forgets what he was doing. Seamus and Faye, while they're making furious eye contact.
Seamus is going to try to use his speedy speed powers to you know the scene in cartoons where someone gets hit by something really fast and it spins them around real fast and they're really dizzy and confused. He wants to do that to this guy. He just wants to
Okay,
clip him, get him spinning, and then just kind of while he's disoriented, take the coin.
Okay.
I think extreme speed is really the only thing I can apply.
Good luck.
Come on,
Won't take no for an answer.
Don't make me go get that dice jail. You're gonna make me get the dice jail. It's a 4. I'm getting it.
Look, Vinny, there's a reason I got
Dice
it
in the
for
dice
you.
jail.
These dice are going in dice jail.
Merry Christmas.
First roll after getting this, Mandy. First roll. I have
I
to
think
do
she
this.
jinxed you.
I don't think she got him a big enough dice.
Right?
That's the bigger problem.
I don't know. This could fit. I mean, there's a lot. Oh, you can't really see that. There's room in there.
You end up getting the coin, but it's kind of you bump into him and kind of try to shrug it off as I'm new here, and grab it out of his pocket. It's kind of awkward, and you were definitely seen, and you're hoping they didn't recognize you. Faye, please tell me how you're going to make him won't take no for an answer applied in this situation.
I'm not actually going to. I'm going to use my card of Whisper in Your Ear and try to, so in the chaos people running back and forth, I'm going to try to make use of 2 people knocking into each other and make them turn on each other and start a fight. And with that, I'm going for it. They both take off their outer coats, to get ready to punch each other. And then she will turn into a bird and take something from their pockets that way.
Okay.
Oof. That's a 6.
Oh, gosh. Okay. So you are able to do exactly as you said, except as soon as they start punching, you're now's my chance. You land on their coats, and one of the guys gets thrown into where you're sitting as a bird, going through their pockets, and you take damage from it. You take 2 damage.
Oh, I guess, do I get to use my Raven Shape power tag?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's a 7 then.
All right. You'll take less damage.
Cool. I guess that means that I get the coins, though,
Yeah,
right?
you get the coin.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys, having somewhat successfully gotten coins, head off to the casino boat to visit Evangeline.
Wait, so does Seamus not have one?
He does.
Okay.
So what I was treating it as you guys needed a certain number of successes to like succeed at this.
Oh, got it.
And since Mandy got a 13, she got a double. Mandy full succeeded, so she got 2 successes, and Seamus got 0.
Got it. Okay.
So her full success allowed you guys to do this without any serious complications. I was just narrating stuff, you know.
No, I understand.
So you guys head off as the night continues on to the casino boat to hopefully get these amped up. But that is where we'll stop for tonight. Hey Wanderers, we hope you enjoyed this episode of Naptown Chronicles. If you want to hear more content from the Wandering Gamer Network, you can check out the Wandering Gamer Network website. We also post Let's Plays that we do on YouTube under the channel Wandering Gamer Network. On Twitch, we can be found at wandering_gamers, and you can follow us on Twitter at the WGN Podcast. We're also on Facebook and Instagram. The intro and outro music was composed by Caitlin Balgman, who voices Faye in this podcast. All other music is openly licensed or in the public domain. Now, sleeper, it is time to rest, and remember, it is the gods who envy us.